Okay, sorry about that. Told you I wasn't good with IT stuff. When the phone rang, I didn't know what to do. Anyways, let me just finish because I know I've already spoken for like 10 minutes, and so Alyssa's probably going to get uptight soon. Um, love you, Liz. Let me just finish by telling you what I did yesterday on October 7th. Remembering that we're new here and that while we have friends whose husbands are fighting, um, it hasn't touched us in a personal way. It's touched us in a communal and national way. And I was very anxious, thinking on October 6th, what what am I going to do tomorrow? Like, what should I do? Are we going to have sirens? What's the day going to be like? And I was getting a little anxious about it. And so, what I decided to do was to just have my day as regular as I could. So in the morning, I went and I finished, ooh, wrong shoulder, this mosaic behind me. There we go. Mosaics is something that I've always wanted to learn, and the final class was scheduled, and it was around the corner, and I went, and I felt really good about that. And if you want to read my what I learned by doing mosaics, and I'm going to continue, check out my Facebook page. Um, and then I came home, and our awesome handyman came and put together a dresser so we have more storage in the Mamad. So when you come to visit, there'll be a place for you to put your clothes, but it's also my extra pantry, my extra pantry. So that felt good, and I was rearranging things. And then I made a list of things that needed to be done. And you know what? I am a proud Jewish woman living in Israel, living my life. And I know that living my life in Israel as a proud Jewish woman is and being very mindful of it is something that I can do, that is a statement, that is a I'm here, I'm not cowering, I'm not afraid. I'm a little afraid, but it's not going to stop me. And I'm going to live my life. So you know what needed to be done in my life yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I made myself a to-do list. See here, it says October 7th. Can you see that? And look, for the first time ever, I think I crossed out every single thing on my to-do list. I washed my sheets. I put on brand new sheets on my bed. What else did I do? I made mushroom soup for Yantif that my husband likes. I had to compose an email that needed some thought to it. Composed an email. I was back and forth with phone calls and sort of normal stuff. And then you know what? The floors in my apartment were disgusting. These floors get so dirty so fast. It's like unbelievable. And I took out that mop and I got into all the corners and the creaks and the crevices and I moved things. And having clean floors is a really good feeling. And I got on a live stream. I did do a live stream from Mizrahi, and did watch one of the ceremonies that was in English. That I listened to testimony, I listened to witnesses, I listened to um, survivors, I listened to grieving parents, and I and that was what I could handle, and that's what I did. And by the time I went to bed last night, I felt that I had a full, good, productive day. And thank God we didn't have any sirens here in Harish yesterday. Um, but living with, as they say, living with intention and living mindfully is really an important thing. I felt like I had a full, good, productive, healthy day, that I marked this day not as a commemoration because we're still in it, you guys. Not as a commemoration, but as a acknowledgement of what this country has been through, and especially because it's days before Yom Kippur. I will share one last thing with you. Um, Last year, at this time on the English calendar, some of you will remember that I was actually in Toronto and I was supposed to come to the challah club that was right before Rosh Hashanah. It was in October last year, or the very end of September. And not that long before I was supposed to get to challah club, my husband had a medical emergency, a serious one. And so at the last minute, I wasn't with you guys. And some of you will remember that. He was he was good and sick. We didn't know if he'd be able to go to shul on Rosh Hashanah. And somebody, people called us and said, "You need us to come blow shofar." Thank God he got home for Rosh Hashanah. Um, and then we had Yom Kippur, and then we were scheduled to come back here right before Sukkot last year, and we were back and forth with the doctor. Is he healthy enough to fly? Does he have medical clearance? Do we feel comfortable? And it was like my husband's worst nightmare almost coming true, like to get stuck. And thank God we got here. And, we got here a day or two before Sukkot, and then this war broke out. So if we didn't get here, I don't know when we would have, like eventually, but it certainly would have been much harder to say goodbye to our children and grandchildren if the war had already started. Although there are people making aliyah right now, all this year making aliyah, but you know, this time between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is a time to reflect on where I was, where I am, where I want to go. And this Rosh Hashanah, it was just out of this world for us, because that's what we did. We reflected on where we were and where we are and where we want to be. So that's how I'm going to leave you. I wish you all an easy and a meaningful fast. I know you're going to make delicious things to break your fast on with everybody's help there. And know that I'm with you and I love you. Everybody should be written and sealed in the book of life, in the book of health, the book of strength, and the book of shalom, personally and communally and nationally.